You see, some people, when it comes to taking action, they believe in just doing that off emotion. Me, I believe in doing my research. So, in my own little spin on the great Cody Rhodes, Indiana State University, here's what I want to talk about. I believe your student code of conduct in section 3.0 talks about non-academic policies and prohibited conduct, specifically section 3.1, misconduct against persons. Observe, I direct you to section 3.1.2, harassing and intimidating behavior. This section refers to unwelcome or unreasonable behavior that harasses or intimidates people either as individuals or as a group and is sufficiently severe or pervasive. I want to direct you to one of the next lines. It says that harassment includes in-person, verbal, and nonverbal, written, and electronic conduct and behaviors. I believe this young woman's post took place on the Yik Yak app, which is the Greek life communication app. Am I right? If we go on, it says this behavior can be expressed or implied, creating and or inciting a foreseeable hostile environment interfering with another person's personal safety, safety of property, academic efforts, employment, or participation in the university community. I believe that protest that took place on the day of the solar eclipse probably qualifies as a hostile environment. And for those of you who think that, freedom of speech can be used here, let's talk about that. In no event shall this provision be used to discipline a student for speech protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. However, this ends with speech that is discriminatory and harassing is not protected and will be subject to investigation and possible disciplinary action. I would say that referring to Black people and their ancestors as cotton pickers and a number of other things would be considered discriminatory. Am I right? Now, within my higher education administration program that I went through to get my PhD in it, we were taught about the law and the legal process of how you go about things with a school. And it states that you must exhaust all in-house legal options before going on to someone else. In other words, following the chain of command and how that goes. I would say that going and pointing out the evidence in this video suffices. Am I right? Also, seeing as she was on the Greek life communication app Yik Yak and pointed out things at frat parties and whatnot, I would assume that this young woman is a part of a Greek organization. Am I correct? Now, from my understanding, Greek organizations have a lot of philanthropic values. I would assume that Ms. Blanton's words in this video do not align with those values. Not for the chapter and not for the entire organization as a whole. Now, I was unable to find what organization Ms. Blanton was affiliated with. However, assuming that organization is not Kappa Kappa Kappa, I'm pretty sure that their values do not align with Ms. Blanton's words. Not at the chapter level and certainly not at the national level. Now then, with those words being said, the prosecution rests, Your Honor.